wanted to have a big sister because I have 4 sisters, but I rarely ever see them. I didn't know anything about being a girl, like how to put on makeup or how to properly dress myself or how to act.
I got involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters because my company is very involved on the local level and the national level. I would go to the Big Brothers website and read these fabulous stories, testimonials of these matches that were really impactful, and I just kept thinking, I need to do this. And I'd always had all kinds of excuses as to why it's not the right time, but I finally decided it was, and I was lucky enough to be matched with Emily. I remember when we first met, we went to their house with our match support specialist.
I'd had a big sister before who I had lost contact with, so I was excited to have another big sister in my life because I really needed somebody to be with me.
I got to know that she's just a bright young woman, and I was so excited to be matched with this young lady that it appeared she had a very bright future. Well, some of the things I enjoyed doing with Emily is Christmas time, we bake cookies every year. And every year I try to find a recipe that I've never done before, so it's kind of an adventure for both of us. I remember one time the success was not, it just wasn't there.
Like we were mixing them together, and the entire time like we were just wondering, is these really gonna taste good? And we put them in, like as we were pulling them out, we were just thinking these look terrible, and then like we took a bite and they were the most disgusting thing we'd ever tasted.
But she didn't say anything, she just went with it, and she took them home to her mom, and I hope they ate them.
And most of the time we just go out to eat dinner with each other and just talk. One time we did the Champagne fashion show.
We went to a hot air balloon up at Steuben County Airport.
It's like we'll go horseback riding. Having somebody to hang out with, just eat dinner, and she doesn't have to take me out to all these fun, expensive activities. She just needs to give me 2 hours of her time and talk to me. And so those are always my favorite days, when we just get to hang out and talk. Before I met Laura, I could care less about my education.
When I first met Emily, she was in 7th grade.
I had an F in every single class.
End of the year, she finally told me she had failed 7th grade. I kind of anticipated it because she just didn't seem to be applying herself.
I was staying home every other day. I just didn't see the point in education. If I couldn't see me going to college, I couldn't see me having a life whatsoever.
I was like, Emily, you just need to apply that brain.
I was failing the 7th grade and they were just going to push me along. My teachers didn't care, and talking to Laura about it, she looked at me and said that sometimes it's better to go back and learn again than to move forward without knowing anything. And so that's what made me decide to repeat the 7th grade. And when I repeated it, I got on the A-B honor roll for the first time in my life, and the year afterwards I was on the A honor roll for the first time.
She talked her teachers into putting her into honors math and honors English.
Suddenly I was looking at colleges.
She's gotten A's and B's, and she is now in her junior year with A's and B's.
It's really because of Laura that I went from being a girl who failed the 7th grade to an honor student in the 11th grade who has plans to become a math teacher. The first time I really knew that Laura was a part of my family and that I definitely loved her was probably maybe the 2nd Christmas we had spent together, and we were just making cookies, and she had bought me clothes and she had bought me art supplies, and it was the moment that I knew that Laura really cared about me, because I knew it wasn't just, oh, I'm looking after you, like, I'm just volunteering, here's a few presents, kid. It was stuff that I had asked for and just mentioned to her, and she had taken the time to look for them, and she was excited to give them to me. We'd make cookies, and it was the first time I really felt that I had a sister.
The feeling you have when you're with your little, there's times that it's just overwhelming. You leave and you just have this happy in your soul and in your heart. And I remember one time I watched her go to the door, and I thought, I just love this little girl. She's just so amazing, and I was surprised. When I became a big, I did not expect to have that feeling. I did not expect to get that gift of loving this little girl. There's so many little children that need a big. They need somebody they can talk to, a shoulder to cry on.
I haven't had a lot of positive female role models in my life.
The influence you can have on a child, you don't know what that influence is or how it's going to change that person's life.
Her influence was sort of probably one of the things that might have kept me from doing bad things and giving up on life.
We need more bigs, and I would encourage anyone to do it because the feeling you get from it is just, it changes your life. It changes your life.